Hi guys, it's Amy with A to Z Stamping, and today I wanted to show you how to make these cute little hexagon boxes with a lid. This was one I did up earlier, and I filled mine with these little peppermint candies, but it matches this paper perfectly. I can't remember which set. This is from one of the designer series paper out of the new holiday catalog, but it says here at the bottom of the screen. And I thought, oh, those are perfect in these, and I'm starting to get some of my Christmas treats together, but I wanted to show you how easy it is to make these cute little hexagon boxes. Okay, so you need a piece of designer series paper that's cut at 7 by 3 3/4. And again, this paper comes in, let's see. Let me see if I can figure out what set this is. I think it's the Christmas, I think this is from the Christmas Around the World paper, but like I said, it's at the bottom. On the other side has these cute little wreaths, I think are cute, but I wanted to do these little peppermint candies since it matches so perfectly, those peppermint candies. So again, 7 by 3 3/4, but you could do birthday paper, or you could do a plain piece of cardstock. It doesn't really matter what you do. And this is for the base of your box. You also could just use a white piece of cardstock and you could stamp a design. If you don't have any designer series paper, you could stamp your own design. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to use my Simply scoring tool here, but if you can use any scoring tool that you have, that'll work fine. And what we're going to do is we're going to put the short side up at the top, and we're going to score this at 1. We're going to score this at 1 1/4. So 1 1/4 right here. And we're just going to score this all the way down. Okay, so that's to make the base. This will be the base. And this will be the top, and this is the base. So if your paper is going a certain way, or you stamp something and you want this to be the top, make sure you feed it in the right way. Okay, so your bottom is facing over here. All right, and now I'm going to turn it the long way, and we have a bunch of scoring to do here. So we're going to score it at 1 1/8. So right there, 2 1/4, 2 1/4 is right here, 3 3/8, 1 2 3. We're going to score it at 4 1/2, 5 5/8, so 1 2 3 4 5 right there, and 6 3/4. So 6 3/4 would be right here. So I have just a tiny little edge left. All right, now I'm going to set this aside, and then I need a piece of cardstock for my lid, and I'm just going to use a solid piece of real red cardstock. I think solid looks best for the lid if you're using designer series paper for the base, but you can do whatever you like. And this needs to be cut at 2 by 7 1/4. And we're going to score this. Let's do the long way first. We're going to score this at 1 1/8. So 1 1/8. Try that. Okay, try that one more time. There we go. 1 1/8, 2 1/4. 3 1/2, 4 5/8, 5 3/4, and the last one's at 7. All right, and then I'm going to turn it this way, and I'm going to score it again the short way at 1 1/4. Okay, so it's almost the opposite. So now for your lid, the longer piece is the bottom, and this is actually your top, but I'll show you in a second. All right, so that's all our scoring. So I'm going to put my scoring tool away, and now we're going to burnish all of our folds. So I'm just going to take my bone folder here. So we have our one long one, then we need to do all the little short ones. So there's this little tiny one here, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, and then same on this one. We're gonna go 1 2 3 4 5, and then this little tiny piece on the end, and 6. All right. Okay, next you need to take your paper snips, and what we're going to be doing, so on this piece right here, the smaller section, what we're going to do is we are going to, let me think here for a second. We are going to cut this little tiny rectangle right here of the small section. So we're going to cut that off. Let me see. Right here. And I don't know if you can see it better on this side, I'm not sure, but we're just cutting this first little rectangle off, the skinny little piece right there, okay? And then we're gonna just cut up all of our score lines up to that first short line. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right. All right, next I'm going to take this one and we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to do the opposite. This time we're going to cut the longer piece off. Okay, so we're going to cut the longer rectangle off. So it's almost just the opposite. And now we're going to cut up these tabs. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so that is all the cutting we're going to do. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my box, and this box that we're making, as you can see, it's going to fit right here. I'm going to first take, I have this little tiny tab right here. I'm going to lay this down, and I'm going to use fast fuse because I want something really strong and permanent. You could use SNAIL, but I just don't think it's quite strong enough. I want my box to stay together. And I'm going to fast fuse that tab, okay? And I'm just going to, actually this should just fold over if I leave it flat. And it should, let me line this up. It should match up right up to it. All right, there we go. Okay, and then, so here's my little rectangle box. Now right now I have it upside down. This is actually my top. But I want to now put all my tabs down. As you see, it'll all go down like so. Now if you have something already to go in it, it's a little bit easier. I know it holds washi tape perfectly. I think it can hold baker's twine perfectly. I'm filling mine with candy, so I'm gonna just kind of wing it. But it is a little bit hard to sort of keep it in that hexagon pattern, but we're gonna do our best. So what I like to do right here is I like to use our multi-purpose glue right here, because I like having a little bit of time to move it around. So I'm gonna start just with one tab right here, and I'm gonna put some glue on to get it started. So this one's gonna go flat down, and again I want to make sure I keep it in a hexagon shape. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna press this first one down, and now see it doesn't cover the whole tab. That's why I don't want to put glue all over the whole tab, but I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on each one and just kind of go around in a circle. See why I need a little bit of extra time? Because I'm going to actually put it all over the bottom of the last one, because now I want to kind of move it around a little to make sure we're in the shape of a hexagon. So I just need to press it a little. Okay, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do my lid in just a second, but before this gets set, I want to grab my 1 3/4 inch circle punch right here and punch a circle. And I already did that. I punched a piece of real red, and I'm going to put some glue on the bottom of this. And don't worry about your multi-purpose glue. If it squeezes out a little bit and you see it, that's okay, because it's going to dry clear. So I'm going to stick that on there, and while that is, I'm actually going to stick my fast fuse on there so it kind of sets. Let me set that aside, and let me do my little lid. So my lid, again, actually I need my fast fuse. I'm going to put a little bit of fast fuse on. I'm going to put a little bit of fast fuse on here. Okay. And we're going to glue this together. Perfect. Okay. And now for the lid, I'm going to flip it over, and I can actually put that on to glue this one down, and it does make it a little bit easier. So let me fit this on here. Okay. Pick a tab to start with. This one looks good, so I'm going to start there. Okay, and then again, just go around and get my glue on there. And for this last one, I just will stick it all over this one. There we go. Okay. Okay, and we're going to actually make a cute little top for the lid, so don't worry about that. So I'm just going to kind of, again, make sure it stays in the shape of a hexagon. Okay. Gently press and hold for a second just so it can kind of get into place. It should stay there now. Put my lid back on. Okay, and now let's get our sentiment on to the top here. So I'm going to actually stamp onto some Whisper White cardstock, and I'm using this cute little sentiment off the Watts of Occasions. There's a Merry and Bright. Did you guys notice that? So there's a Christmas tree too if you want to use that. But the Merry and Bright. So if you have Watts of Occasions, don't forget that there's a cute little Christmas sentiment. Okay, so let me grab a block. And I'm going to use some real red ink. And I'm just going to ink that up. And I'm going to stamp that right here. There we go, so cute. I'm going to clean that off. That's all I need for that. And then I'm going to cut it out with my 1.5 inch circle punch. You guys, I love the circle punches. I finally caved and just bought them all, and I use them all the time. Okay, so there's my 1.5 inch, and then I'm going to use the 1 3/4 inch in Old Olive to mount it onto. It makes mounting and making tags and all that so simple. Okay, we flip that over, stick some SNAIL adhesive on here. It's gonna go right there. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stick some dimensionals on the back of this. 1, 2, and 3, because I just want to pop it up a little, just because I think it's cuter with a little bit of dimension. I have no fingernails right now, so I can't peel anything off. Well, I can, I just have to get used to doing it again. All right, and this is gonna go right here on the top. And again, don't worry if you have any glue showing, because it's gonna dry clear. And there's my box. Oh, you know what? I forgot to put my candy in. So let me dump my candy in real quick. So these are just from, I think these are from Safeway, but they're the peppermint candies. I know we've all seen these everywhere. And I think they're good year round, but really for Christmas, they're perfect. Okay. These would be super cute though for Halloween treats too. Really, you could fill anything you want in here. Okay. There we go. And it's all done. You guys, isn't that so cute? I would give this a little bit of time to completely dry just so your box doesn't come apart. But really, you guys, seriously, it's a hexagon and I made it myself out of paper. So impressive. All right, and again, here's the one I did earlier. Isn't that so cute? Let me show you guys. So see, all dimensions, the boxes, or the bottom's cute with that. So super easy. So anyway, I hope you guys will make your own little hexagon boxes. Wouldn't these be cute for jewelry too, and for wrapping Christmas presents? So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Find me on Facebook, A to Z Stamping, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks, guys. Bye.